Well, here it comes.
Jack, good to see you, man. It's been a while.
It's been a minute, ain't it? Feels like forever.
2-3 weeks, probably. That's what happens when you go out of the country and you celebrate the birth of our country a little bit. So, but no, it's good to be back. I did want to start off. I had some folks reach out. Apparently, one of the episodes we put out while we were on a little hiatus was our interview we did with David Pendle. If you remember that, Jack, playing football over in Japan. So I do want to give a shout out to. I want to make sure I get his name right here. I want to give a shout out to Big Zay TX on TikTok. He reached out to me, let me know we had a little bit of audio issues. Guys, we're not experts. We couldn't figure out what happened on that. We're learning this thing. One of these days, maybe we can have a producer to pretty it up for us. But do want to give a shout out and appreciate you guys being patient with us on that. Hopefully the quality's stepping up a little bit. Jack, I changed my settings in case you couldn't tell where I was recording from.
Yeah, it looks like a little upgrade there.
I'm now in air conditioning. I'm not in my garage. It got really hot. We had a really mild June, had a lot of rain and stuff, but then July hit, man. That garage is way too hot. I said, I got to move this thing. So I am now sharing the playroom. I got a little setup in one corner of the playroom, but at least I'm in air conditioning. So how was Greece, man?
Oh, this is incredible, man. So we did about a week total. We did 3 days in Santorini, which is one of the Greek islands. It's kind of probably the most popular Greek island out there. It's kind of, I guess, the most visitors. Then we did 3 days in Athens. And if you've never been, which I had never been out of the country before this, highly recommend it, especially the island part. I mean, the views were just stupid. And, it was also special because we got to celebrate a little bit. My fiance and I got engaged right before we left.
Congrats.
Yeah, locked in now. But no, it was cool. And if you're a big history buff, especially, Athens is really cool to see, just the Acropolis and everything. But dude, it was scorching hot over there, though. I'm telling you.
Really?
Oh,
I figured for some reason it would be like more mild or something, but
it was all right. So I, grow up in South Carolina, you're used to the heat and you're used to humidity. I will say over there, it's just heat. It's not very humid, so it wasn't too hot really. But it was warm. You got some sun on your skin. But I'll tell you though. All right, I gotta say it's been wearing on me. The worst part, this makes no sense to me. So on the islands, right? You go to the bathroom, you use toilet paper, whatever. You can't flush it. You can't flush the toilet paper. You have to put it in a trash can beside a little trash can beside the toilet. Yeah.
No,
apparently the pipes can't handle it and they'll clog or whatever. I'm like, all right now,
that might need to be, if it's that bad, they might need to just reevaluate, working on some infrastructure or something.
Yeah, figure that out. Like, come on, you can't.
Especially a big tourist area, right? I'm assuming there's a lot of tourists going.
Yeah, tons.
Nah.
And it was insane because, we didn't know when we got there. They didn't tell us that, and we had found out just by looking at stuff. And when we were over there, our TikTok feeds were all Greek TikTok. You know what I mean? Because
that's interesting.
Yeah, so our For You page got kind of shifted, and a lot of it was tourists, posting about that. And so we looked it up, and it was true. I'm like, I don't care. It ain't my plumbing. I don't care. I'm flushing it. I ain't about to put everybody else through that.
It needs to be a lesson to them that they got to step there. Take some of these tourism dollars and work on some infrastructure.
I'm not putting that in a trash can beside the toilet for everyone else just to wander in here and.
No,
that's
especially
disgusting.
Especially foreign food. I don't know how it might react to me. I guess it could be different. They say it's healthier or whatever because it's not as processed and all that. So maybe it wasn't
really
as big
good.
a deal.
The food was kill. Now I will say, I didn't follow the no flushing rule. I don't care. It was to the point where I'm ripping it up to put it in the bowl, to flush. So I was like, I'm not clogging it, but I'm not putting this in the trash bag or whatever. I'm not doing that. And then I got paranoid. I was like, they're gonna know I'm not, putting it in the trash. So I would put decoy toilet paper in the trash can, clean toilet paper. Just take a little extra off, put it in the
throw them off your trail a little bit.
Yeah, so they don't get caught. But no, it was good. The food, man, unreal.
Well, you
It
were
was
always
all
a
good.
picky eater growing up, so like I'm really surprised that you're saying the
Yeah.
food was good because I don't know what Greek food's like. A lot of fish, right? Is that not what?
So yeah, they eat a lot of fish, a lot of fresh fish, which I'm good with that. Now a lot of lamb, which I like lamb.
Interesting. Okay.
A lot of just grilled meats, which
All right.
I'm good with that. If you've ever seen it's like a revolving, just giant stick of meat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it just
Yeah. Yeah.
revolves
And they
and
shave it off.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
popular. Just things like that. So it was all right. A lot of potatoes, and they had vegetables and stuff too, but I avoided that.
Was about to say, like, I figured you had to draw the line somewhere. That sounded,
Yeah,
growing up when you ate nothing but just Totino's pizzas and mini corn dogs or
still
anything you
got
just
those in
bake
the
in an
freezer
oven.
now. Still got them in the
No,
freezer.
no.
Another thing is water is like, okay, so you go to a restaurant here, they bring you, if you ask for water, they'll bring you a nice cup full of ice and the unlimited water, no charge, right? Not there, right? You get there, sit down in the restaurant, they come, they introduce themselves and say, hey, can I get you something to drink? You have to order the water, which whatever, no big deal. You have to pay for the water. Again, it's only like €2, so not insane, but it's like limited. They bring you a bottle, like a big bottle of water. And that's, if you want more, you got to pay for more.
Uh, uh.
And when I say it's all like tepid, like just warm water, like there's like the
No
whole
ice?
time, I swear it was so hard to get ice. Like the whole time I just wanted a cold, ice cold cup of water and you just couldn't get it at all.
It's 2025. You would think, like, around the world, you could get some ice, like,
It was
especially in
nuts.
a big tourist area. You would think
Yeah,
they
it
would kind
was.
of cater a little bit to the people abroad, but
But if you
they
get a
probably,
Coke, they'll bring you a cup of ice with a Coke, a bottle of Coke, and you pour it in there. There's like
Coke
no
must be
fountain drinks. Like fountain drinks aren't a thing.
it's all the glass bottle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. But no, it was
Man,
awesome. Definitely recommend it. Great views, great time. People are great. But yeah, definitely once in a
yeah,
lifetime trip. Hopefully we
it's a
go back.
little step up from us. So I finally got the above ground pool put up in the yard. So they call it
Yeah.
the Redneck Riviera. It's the official name for it. Did do a perfect job leveling it out.
Yeah. It's water. It'll
I
level itself
mean,
out.
I thought so too. It's been a couple weeks now. There's some spots where the walls are kind of some different levels. I was like, if I ever drain it, I'll fix it. But we're gonna enjoy this thing
Yeah. It'll be all
for
right.
the
I bet
time
the
I got left with it.
I bet the kids loved it.
Oh, they're eating it up, dude.
Yeah.
They're eating it up. But I gotta like, so the boys are really big into W, which is a proud dad moment. So they're just nonstop. Every time we get in there, they're just wanting wrestling moves. Like, so
Of
I'm
course.
just suplexing. I'm throwing them through the gamut. I did a Batista bomb
Yeah.
on my 7-year-old, and I got nervous. I got a little too into it one time. I hit one of them with a choke slam. And I thought I put his head through the bottom of the pool. And I was like, dude, like, is your head okay? I thought he freaking rocked the bottom. He's like, oh, no, I'm good. Let's do it again. So then I had to hit him with by the way, did you know they changed the name of John Cena's finishing move?
The five knuckle shuffle.
No, 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 no. You know the one I'm talking about. The FU.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They changed it. It's not the FU anymore.
What is it?
It's the attitude adjustment. I'm like, that's
Oh,
the
come on.
softest thing we've ever done as a society
Come
is made
on.
John Cena change up the finishing move. I call
Yeah,
it the FU still. And then we're like, what's that? Whose move is that? I'm like, it's John Cena's. We're not going to call it attitude adjustment. But
no,
anyway,
yeah, why would they change that? Well, of course, you remember when we were growing up in the pool, we did wrestling moves all on each other.
dude, lay the float out, and then you're off the diving board frog splashing somebody.
Yeah. Wait, remember?
And somehow we never got hurt. Like, meanwhile, I landed one time, I jumped off the ladder one time,
Yeah.
and I came down on my knee, and I'm like, God dang, that hurts. And like, just it sent like a jolt up my leg. And I'm like, how did I used to like we used to freaking like stack chairs up and jump off of them
Yeah.
into the pool.
We used to do, I mean, you remember we put the cooler on the diving board because we found out it gave you an
Yes,
extra like 3 feet
dude,
in
it
height.
launches you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Don't try this at home, guys. But
no, no, no.
if you fill a cooler up and put it on the end of your diving board and then jump off the cooler, you get that extra spring action.
It will
It
launch
launches
you.
you, and
We
it's like
were,
a ladder.
I remember we would do wrestling moves, not even in the pool, like on the grass at like grandma's house. We were
Yeah,
doing like
yeah,
attitude, FUs, whatever. The finishing moves,
on the
just like
ground, on
straight
grass.
on the ground, slam,
Yes.
and we were fine.
Or if somebody had like one of the old school trampolines without the little nets around them, like, and you could just go off the trampoline onto the ground and nail
Yeah,
somebody.
that was the
My
best.
gosh. Good
So
times.
reckless. So reckless.
So reckless. A lot of
I think
CT
at one
was
point,
probably given.
did we not put a folding table in the pool? Or is that like a dream? I feel like we put a.
If we did, I must have got knocked out because I don't
I
remember
can't
that.
remember. But yeah, anyway,
I
we
remember
used to.
putting the floats in the pool, and then you
Yeah.
knock somebody out,
Yeah.
put them on the float, then you just go give the Shawn Michaels elbow drop or
You
something
remember
like
the
that.
video game when it came out?
Oh, dude,
We-
SmackDown versus Raw 2007, PlayStation 2, right? That
Tear
was the
that
one we
thing
had.
up. Yeah.
They unlocked every character, beat
Yep.
every storyline.
Yep.
Like you just played that so repetitively.
Yep.
Have you played the new ones? Like some of these
I
new WWE
played
games?
one. I was in college still, so it's been a few years. But
So I got one of our kids on his Xbox. He's got 2K23 for the wrestling, and it is way too realistic looking. Like 2K anyway. Like the basketball games, like the graphics are real good. Plus all the new games, the graphics are good. But like the wrestlers, like the intros and stuff, it almost looks side by side with like you watching it on the TV or
I
something
might
like
have
that.
to download that. I just
It's
downloaded college football though, so I need to wait a little
oh,
bit before
26.
Yep, got the new one.
Still playing 25. I paid last year. I paid the extra $20 wherever for the early access.
I think everybody did last year. I mean, we were all
But
just like,
then,
yes,
so hyped. But
take
then
my
this
money.
year, I'm a little tighter on my wallet when it comes to college football. But I did see where I think they're keeping track of who you play with more, and whatever teams are getting more users playing with them, they've got like a pot of money that they're going to divvy up and like send it out to the schools and stuff if they're getting a lot of play time on 26.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking, of course, everybody in the comments is like, guys, we got to take over Delaware. Like we got to help them out.
I've been jumping on Delaware every time. I got a dynasty right now with Delaware going.
But yeah, how's it going?
You know, we're only a couple years in. You know, my heart's getting broken a little bit with recruiting. It's kind of hard, but
I did hear that because I finally got on 25 on my dynasties where I could kind of game the recruiting a little bit. And so at least in that first year or two, I could get my 5-star quarterback or a 4-star running back or something. And then once you get some speed out there, like it just takes off from there.
Yeah.
You got to get speed.
If you do that scouting, you see this dude's got like 98 speed. You're like, sign.
Yes,
I don't care
like,
what else.
I don't care if he's the only guy we get. That's all I need. But we're getting him, and we're throwing go balls. Like we need it
constantly. And we had one of our coaches, shout out Coach Shalom, had gone into Team Builder and made Palmetto High School.
Nice.
Made the uniforms, even put the roster in there. So it's got like legit numbers line up with the everything. And so I started
that's an investment.
He said it took like 6 to 8 hours, something like that.
I was about to say that's an investment.
But uniforms are on point. There are new uniforms. I can't remember. I need to figure out how to look it up. But I started a Road to Glory with it. So, you start in the high school.
Yeah.
Then, whatever. And it was cool just to see, because, they always have like the generic stadiums you can pick from when you're building a team.
Mm-hmm.
But the one he chose is actually pretty similar to the stadium itself. It looks pretty close enough. See if I can find.
Man, on last year's game, somebody made a team builder. There's a few of them of our team. And so I just picked the one that had the most downloads, right? Because I'm assuming everybody else already did their due diligence and figured out that was the better one. And they set the home stadium as SMU Stadium. And then going through the uniforms, like they had some actually pretty cool looking alternates. We had like one with like the rabbit ears on the side of the helmet. We got that zombie rabbit logo that we kind of throw around a lot now. Well, they had they had this set of alternate uniforms called the funeral uniforms. And it's just all the zombie rabbit on the big on the helmet and all just murdered out everything. So I was like, dang, like some people like appreciate it. Whoever made that one, I appreciate it. So, but I'll probably have to download the new one at some point.
It's worth it. I mean, I got the combo thing where you get Madden and because when I was looking at the prices, it was like you're paying a lot just for the base game anyway.
Yeah.
I might as well get 2 games out of it for $20 more or something like that.
Yeah, it averages out. The math works on that.
If you're wanting to download the Palmetto one, look up username AJ Sloan, SLOAN 56. All right, that's the creator. So look that up, and it's very solid, very accurate.
We might need to be. They got real coaches in the game now, right?
Yeah.
On this new one, we might need to be doing some dynasty with Ole Miss. Our guy Sawyer Jordan out at Ole Miss hooked us up with some gear. I was rocking
Yeah.
mine. I know you said you almost decided to match on the pod, but
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Sawyer for
Shout
the
out.
new
That
Hottie Toddy digs.
the gear is sick. I mean, the
And the
colors you
baby
can't
blue,
beat.
dude, the
Yeah.
baby blue, you can't beat it, man.
Can't beat it at all.
Nah, so we got the pool and all that put up with the time off. I was playing some 25, 26 hadn't come out yet, and then I, trying to save a little bit. Although I'll probably end up buying it now that we talked about it. And then this past weekend was our big coaching convention down in San Antonio. So they said there were 16,000 coaches came down to San Antonio.
Jeez.
16 or 17,000 out of there's 23,000 that are members to the THSCA, the organization that all the coaches are a part of. So the overwhelming majority of them came down to San Antonio. I had a good little 3-day trip down there. Came back from there yesterday. As soon as we got back, I hopped in the sauna over at the school just to purge real quick before I got to the house. But it was a good time, man. They one of my favorite things. That first night we always get down there on that Sunday is at about 5:00. It's the last thing they do for that Sunday session. They get all the head coaches from the FBS schools that are in Texas. So it's like 13 of them now. And it's just straight Q&A. And they kind of bounce the questions around. It's kind of random. In years past, it was like super random. This year, I noticed they kind of let them know at least what the questions were going to be. I don't know if they knew exactly who was going to get what question, but there's just, I like it because it's unscripted. So you really, you're going to get some tidbits that are not, hadn't gone through somebody proofreading it or something like that. You're kind of getting their genuine thoughts and stuff. And the best part after that is they do the little, the Houston Texans or somebody sponsor a little social hour after that out in the lobby and a chalk talk. SMU is doing a chalk talk. So you're getting complimentary drinks and stuff while you're kind of talking it up with folks. And that was a good time. And I always pick up every time I go down there. Jack, you ever seen one of these? It's called the Dave Campbell's Texas Football.
Yeah.
So these come out every summer, and they are known as the Bible in Texas. Dude, they've got a write-up on every high school, every team,
Good
public,
Lord.
private, every level in the state of Texas. They got predictions on every district. They got write-ups on every team.
That thing is like a phone book.
Dude, it is.
Lord.
Yeah, that thing's thick, man. Yeah, like literally all the back pages. It's nothing but just each district and who they think, how they finished last year, what the enrollments are, how they think they're going to finish this year, who's coming back, all the stuff like that. It was one of the big eye-opening things when I moved out here is, holy crap, like people are taking the time to research. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of high schools, and then plus all the college stuff that you're doing the deep dives on. And selfishly, I was kind of excited because when they did the SMU breakdown, they kind of go through a little ACC preview and stuff, and they were giving a lot of love to Clemson's.
Nice.
As a homer, I was kind of sitting there, we still got it. We got some talent coming back. I just hate when the expectations are high though, because then it's like if something don't go right or somebody gets banged up, knock on wood.
And I think it helps that, growing up, Clemson was, I mean, they had their moments, but it was like they could beat number 2 Florida State next week, lose to Duke, who was like 0-8. It was like you just kind of
lose to Wake Forest one week, but go and beat Miami or somebody, totally. So it keeps me in check. When I moved out here, a lot of folks were like, Clemson fan just because they're good. And I'm like, they ain't been like this forever.
You don't know Clemson, like maybe the early 80s, but like they
early
were
2000s, mid 2000s, like until the Dabo era started. Even then, Dabo's first year or two, like wasn't, they were kind of not struggling, but they were building a little bit. But no, the homer in me usually comes out. Some of the head coaches were even all the questions about the transfer portal and stuff. And I think it was the head coach from UTEP. How they want to build it with Texas high school kids and stuff like that. And they even brought up Dabo and how they were really limited on transfers they bring in. And he was just talking about how that's what their goal is. And a lot of the guys up there were shaking their heads too. They don't want to live with the transfer portal.
Yeah.
They want to just build it with high school kids and program kids. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, something's getting done right outside of Texas. Because other than that, Texas does a lot of good stuff. But no, it was a good convention. Got some good food down there. You ever been to San Antonio?
No, have not.
It's a good
I've
trip.
heard you talk about it, and
it's a real good
coworker go, and they said they loved it down there.
Yeah, I've never had a bad time in San Antonio. Always a good trip.
I need to go check it out.
That was good. Yeah, we had just about the whole staff down there, maybe except for a couple coaches. So if anything, in the evening times and stuff, you get to have some time as a staff, especially if you got new hires and stuff. And Almost get to treat the evenings like a little coach's retreat, kind of. Just get to hang out with each other, blow off some steam or whatever, hang out. And then we got back today, and today was the official last day of strength and conditioning with Performance Course, who runs our summer strength and conditioning. And so we'll take back over next week. But they had to run their at the end of every summer, they run 50/40s, and that's kind of their big send off, their last big conditioning test kind of thing. And so it's always good. It's kind of like just a crowning achievement to the summer. But yeah, we got summer weights. We'll take that over next week, kind of do some skills training and stuff. And then we got our junior high camp. Y'all had a camp going on this week, didn't you?
Yep, we just wrapped up today. We had our Future Mustangs youth camp just finished today, and we just started. I don't think there was one before we got here, so last year was the first one.
That sounds like a pretty new thing, man. I don't ever remember hearing about a youth camp, but the numbers were good. The turnout was good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Turnout was good. The kids had fun. We did we're trying to, build on it every year, make it a little better, a little better, a little better. How you should do everything. This year we had, we had talked about it. We kind of made it like their official visit, right? So, I made them up some little lanyards that says Future Mustang, the name, all that kind of stuff on it. Cool graphic, for them to keep and wear. And then we did a little, kind of tour of the field house, ended with a little photo shoot where they got to put on, a jersey, a helmet, hold a football, hit a pose, whatever they want to do, print the picture out, let them keep it. They love that. That's a big thing now for even high school kids. They just love the photos, like take it,
And we've had that conversation on one of the previous episodes, like, as much as, social media wasn't always a thing, but now it is. Now it is a part of brand awareness is now a thing. Like, for what it's worth in high school football, you have a brand. And, like you said, if you're in a school that's trying to build a brand, like you want to contribute to that and you want to do things like you guys are doing and have avenues where they can show it off, right? Y'all, did they get to try on the new uniforms? Or y'all still keeping those under wraps?
They're still under wraps. Still under wraps.
All right.
I didn't want anybody. Of course, you remember when you're that age, like you'd be sitting in. These are first grade to I think sixth grade is the highest we had, and you remember sitting in elementary school in the library randomly. Kid just throws up high C and a peanut butter and jelly randomly, right? So I didn't want to throw the white Nikes. I didn't want. I was still a little hesitant, but
no, you didn't want to have to bring out the sawdust like the custodian used to have to do.
Yeah.
Or what? It was sawdust, right? I'm not just remembering stuff wrong.
It looked like sawdust. It was something absorbent. I know that. I don't know. But it
never, you're sitting there on the coloring carpet or wherever we had the rainbow carpet. And like you said, your buddy Joey vomits square pizza onto the rug. And
like no warning either. It's just like
custodian just walks in.
Projectile.
Custodian walks in, shakes a little box of sawdust, vacuums it up, and we just moved on with life.
Yep.
Like
it's like the fifth time today.
Couldn't be sanitary, right? There still had to be some kind of germs on the ground.
If that happened, if I'm at work and one of my coworkers just randomly, like if I'm in a PD meeting and this dude next to me just throws up violently like that, there's going to be a little more like, are you okay? Like what's going on here? No worries.
We didn't bat an eye. We just turned and learned how to count 2 + 2. Speaking of puke, not to make this a puke episode, but get back yesterday, right? So just some long days, Sunday, Monday, long days, kind of late nights, whatever. Get back, finally see the kids and stuff. And one of mine had been sick. And so they're doing church camp stuff. And so he hadn't been able to go. He finally thought he was feeling better and stuff. And we get to literally 30 minutes before we got to take the kids to church. And he starts saying his stomach's hurting. Well, he had said something to my wife earlier that like he was going to pretend like his stomach was hurting so that he didn't have to go because he wanted to hang out with me. And so as soon as he said that, we lose it on him, right? I'm saying like, buddy, like, well, you said this earlier, like you better not be lying. Well, he starts crying. But again, kids, you never know. Sometimes they're really good actors. So I was like, get up, come on over here. And I was like, look, if you are lying, like, Jesus is going to know that, right? He's going to know you're lying. So you got one chance to tell me the truth right now. Do you really not feel good? Dude, I crap you not. He sits there, and as soon as I let those words out of my mouth, I was like, dude, if you're lying, Jesus knows it. Are you telling the truth? You got one chance. And he just yaks everywhere. Like mid yak, I like shoved him back and then somehow opened the back door and tossed them out at the same time. It was like I was working a little shock and shed move.
Yeah.
But just vomit had already made its way like onto the hardwood, onto the rug, and then way back out on the back patio now. So it was like this circular vomit kind of circle. Long story short, he didn't go to church camp, but
I feel like I could guess which one was this. Your second born?
This is my youngest. It was my youngest.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the youngest.
Yeah, I could see that too.
It was my
former youngest.
It was not the baby. Yes, the old baby. But anyways, so I was like, how do we get started? And we got my wife's got to get the kids to church in like 10 seconds. Like, so I'm like, you just go. I'm gonna get on this. Like, I am so ill prepared to clean up, throw up. Like I just started grabbing paper towels, right? Get the liquid up first, then kind of grab the chunk out, throw that, and then you got the stains, right? So long story short, we had just bought a new vacuum not too long ago, and I might have ruined it. So I'm in the doghouse for ruining the new vacuum. But yeah, anyway, I don't know how we got off on that tangent. But
you got to get some of the sawdust.
Yeah, obviously I need to. I got all this seasoning in the cabinet. Maybe I should have tried that out. Maybe I could just put some seasoning on the ground. That'll soak some up.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I just looked it up. It is vomit absorbent sawdust 24-pack case.
How much? I might have to buy some.
Oh, let's see. Can I get a price? How's there not a price on this? All right. So we got, this is all just sawdust. No, where was the vomit? Maybe it was just sawdust.
I was about to say, it ain't like we went to the Ritz-Carlton of elementary schools. Like
maybe that was just a budget. Yeah.
And it was, we were approaching the recession. So.
Okay. This is probably it. Well, there's so many out there. This looks like it. It was like a can, wasn't it? It was like in a little cylinder.
Yeah.
Super Sorb, instant absorbent. It says liquid spill absorbent. It's $10 at Tractor Supply.
For one can?
For one can. Or you can get, through Uline, you can get a carton of 24 Voban absorbent. This stuff looks like it would, but that's $89.
That'll do the trick. For a 10-pack, $89?
100-pound box, $38.
Oh, that's the way to go. Keep that in the garage. Just scoop it out as you need it. My kid, thankfully, knock on wood, thankfully my kids don't puke that much.
Dude, I can't handle puke. Even like when my dog eats something and throws up, like it makes me like, because I'm having to put my hand in like.
And dog puke is like just a wad. It's just like a wad, right? It just comes out in the lump.
Yeah,
it's not like they spray like people do.
No.
I don't know about you, but I'm a violent, like when I puke, it's violent. Like it's loud.
I'm sweating, like cramping, like, yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a hernia, like just puking in a.
Of course, if I'm vomiting, something's very wrong because like I don't really get nauseous or sick, and so if it gets to that point, there's like the salmonella peanut butter from back in elementary school, if you remember that, when I ate that peanut butter.
Yeah, the Peter Pan. When Peter Pan
peanut butter outbreak. Yep, it's got to be something like that for me to like vomit. But even then, it's like it's a whole body effort, sweating, just miserable.
Wow. I don't know how we got on. Oh, we were talking about the youth camp. My bad. Talking about the first graders and golly.
No, I forgot about that.
No, so y'all had the numbers were good. They got to do the photo shoots. You said the pictures turned out good.
Oh, they were awesome, and they were great. And we had some parents fill out the paperwork we need to release. So we might be posting some of those videos, pictures, kind of stuff we took while we were there. But yeah, it's been. Go ahead.
1%, right? You should as a part of the registration, just have a checkbox. On that. Yeah. That way, it just automatically.
Well, that's our hope for next year is kind of revamp our whole pre-registration setup because we didn't do prepayment, card prepayment, that kind of thing. It was at the door, so we're getting all that ironed out.
That's a headache. I hate handling money. I hate handling money.
And it's a headache. But yeah, no. So took a trip Massachusetts to see her family. Went to Greece, got engaged. Well, that's kind of out of order. Went to Massachusetts, got engaged. Went to Greece and then came back, hit the ground running youth camp. And you know what makes me not mad, but I just thought about it. So the engagement, right? You get the engagement ring, you give her the engagement ring.
Yeah.
She wears it.
I mean, it's been a while, but I remember somebody doing that.
Yeah, but like that's the, typical process. Why don't I get to wear anything? I don't get anything from it.
Do you want to go ahead and buy one of those like rubber
but that's like I went through all this effort in planning surprise, get the ring, surprise her with the ring. That thing's burning a hole in my pocket this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, how do I hide it? I'm going through TSA, all this stuff, whatever. And I'm not saying I don't get anything. I get a lovely wife out of the whole thing at the end,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like, all that, she gets to wear it for a year and show off. And like,
Yeah.
I don't get anything to show off. I just got to tell people. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, they do make the little rubber ones now if you like really
Yeah.
need to wear it. I
Yeah.
guess
No, I
though,
mean, I'm not.
I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I never thought about that though. I never forget. Yeah, whenever we did it, of course we were younger, right? So just I probably didn't nowhere near plan as much as you did. And I just remember we had one of my buddies to video it, and
Yeah.
just like in hindsight, it was like I like probably could have done some things better here, there,
Eh.
and everywhere, but it all worked out in the end, right?
I'm about to
It's
say, it
not
doesn't
how
matter.
you start; it's how you finish.
Exactly. I mean, mom was, luckily she had sisters, and by God, if you were planning to propose to your significant other and they have sisters, use them because they
I
will
was
give
about
you
to
all the
say,
intel you need. And
that's like the CIA operation, dude. They can
yeah.
do it.
Oh my
Like
gosh, yes.
women are good at that. Like they can.
It was nuts.
I
Like,
had
I
a
asked one question. I asked him one question about, whatever, the ring back when I was buying it. Immediately, like 8 text pictures, like this style, this yada yada yada. And I had my own notes, but it was like 4 lines. It was like, not this, no this, not this, yes this. They sent me like this novel, like whole CIA, like you said, portfolio or whatever on this profile on this ring and whatever. They helped film it and helped me surprise her and everything. So it worked out good. But
no, that's good,
use
man.
their siblings if they have them for sure.
Use your resources, dude. Yeah, we so y'all did a 2-day camp.
Yeah, so it was 2
So what's
days. We just
today?
wrapped up today. Today was the second
Gotcha.
day.
Yeah, we did our youth one. Now we talked about this before. So early in the summer, usually the first week of summer, we'll do the youth camp, and that's like our first through 5th grade. And then once the summer's over and we're about to start practice, because really we use it to kind of segue into practice and try to steal some time. And so we do our junior high camp. And so that's our rising 7th, rising 8th, rising 9th grade camp. And so we got that next week. It's 3 days. So we got 2 middle schools that feed into us. So each of them have 7th grade teams, right? That they'll be fielding. They each got 8th grade teams they'll be fielding.
Yeah.
A, B, C teams if they got the numbers for each of those 7th and 8th grade. So we normally have like 200 something kids because normally we got another 100 to 200 freshmen, right? Just depending on the year. And it's always in the late afternoon. So, and it's always, late July, early August, it is hot.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to prepare myself now, but it's usually a good time. We usually keep it rotating through. How did y'all structure y'all's? We kind of have some time for offense, defense, kind of do a big circuit and move it around.
We do it very similar. So we have like an offensive, I'd say section, not really a period because it's like, a third or a half of the entire camp session that day.
Yeah,
Offense
that's
where
why we do
it's, 4 circuits, however many circuits, and they kind of bounce around. There's no, it's all position specific, but everybody hits every group because at that age, who knows? You could hit a growth
you
spurt
never
and be
know.
6'5". You never know.
Absolutely.
And then we do defense, and then we do stang ball, which is essentially mini kind of 7-on-7, but ultimate frisbee-esque. Like,
yes.
Yeah. And the kids love that. They get competitive.
They love it. They eat that up.
Yeah.
They eat that up.
Although
the worst part is
it turns into just throwing the ball up and like jump ball. It turns into that every time.
Yeah,
but
who can
whatever.
boss who, and they always want to, because I'm sure y'all were out there refereeing it, right? So we have our different fields, and we're kind of refereeing the different games going on, and you're trying to the coach, and he's like, "Hey, short game, like just short
he's
throws,
right there. Throw it to him.
Get it down the field." No, everybody chick stick the long ball, right? Everybody's launching it.
Pimping
Nobody can catch it because, especially if they're young, nobody can catch it.
Yeah.
And it's quite entertaining.
It's either that or everybody wants to be the quarterback and throw it. And I'm like, guys, we got to rotate. And every time we do it, it reminds me why I did not want to do elementary PE because I can't handle the energy. Like it's great. They're so excited, but like, dude,
you got to keep them going.
Yeah. And so many,
you got to,
like, arguments about, no, he got to do this that time. I want to do it this time. I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I'll just get another ball.
Heaven forbid somebody broke a rule or cut somebody in line, or like you said, they went twice at quarterback or whatever the situation is. It just turns to a shouting fest. But
So funny story from the youth camp today is, so the first day we do that where it's position circuits, offense, defense, stang ball, right? The second day is more combine-esque. It's not as official because these are young kids, but they get to kind of do a 40-yard dash, a
There you
broad
go.
jump, just some little drills like that. Same circuit style, but we were doing the broad jump, and they got their 3 attempts or whatever. And we had extra time, because obviously it takes a little longer to run 40s for however many kids and yada yada. So I'm like, all right, let's do a little relay race, just have a little fun. So we did a bunny hop relay, like a sack race with no whatever bag or sack or whatever. And so they're hopping. We got through that, and I'm like, oh, well, we still got Norton. How much time we got? Still got 3 minutes.
That's when the real coaching. That's how you know if you're a real good coach or not. Like if you can make up stuff to kill that time you got allotted.
And so I'm like,
at the
all
youth
right,
camp.
let's do the same relay, but we're gonna run this time. Let's see who can do it now. And the loser, so I want half my high school guys with this group, half my high school guys with this group. The loser has to do push-ups, and so the young kids get real excited, like, oh yeah. The high schoolers are like, oh, come on, man, like we ain't even got nothing in this. Anyway, so they're doing a relay, and this kid goes around, comes back, and they're about to tag off, and the next guy goes. They don't tag. They tag, but like with their faces. Like, you run off to the side of each other and slap and go.
Yes.
They just, and I'm talking both folded up like lawn chairs. And so I'm like, where's the trainer? Like, this is about to be. But no, popped up like nothing even happened. And he was like, go.
That's Southern grit right there. That's some tough-nosed kids. Sign them up.
But they
Put a
smacked
star
each
beside
other.
those names.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always joked about one of our coaches one year. Because if depending on how many you got, we break it up by the grade, right? And so it's always the running joke that who's gonna have the first grader or that youngest age group, who's gonna have them at this time and how much time you're gonna have with them. And if you have them last and they're dead tired from they don't want to do nothing and they're just whining anyway. So it hit a point where I think they were just falling out. And this was a couple years ago. They wanted water, begging for water, and so we give them plenty of water. Like it ain't but they just really don't want to do nothing for about 5 minutes. And so finally, one of our coaches just, all right, guys, this station is bathroom break, and he walked them all to the bathroom. He killed the whole 5 minutes just taking them to the bathroom.
Nice.
And we're like, that's genius.
That's
so now
smart.
we're always joking like, we're gonna take them to the bathroom for so and so. We're gonna take them to the bathroom for that. That way, we get our little 5 minute break too. Just do a little potty break. But
that's real smart.
We're pretty pumped. We
so
kind of do the same thing. Yeah,
y'all do junior high and a youth, like two separate camps.
Yeah,
so I don't know if we can do that or not.
We do 1st through 5th, and then, like I said, rising 7th, 8th, 9th, and it's 2 separate camps.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what you might have to put a different title on it to kind of, but I mean, I don't know I can't even remember what some of the rules are now for back in South Carolina, but yeah, we're able to do that. It's something that we're allowed to do, and it's a 3-hour camp each day. And so you wind up doing with the break times built in and stuff and the dynamic warm up and all that. We always do a finisher too, but it's like 45 minutes of offense. And so we got the 3 grade levels, right? So it's kind of like a big triangle. We got an indoor area, and then we split the stadium. 50 in is offensive stations, 50 here is defense, and rotate the grade levels around. So you got that 45 minutes, and then we kind of someday might be heavy Indy, and then we might with the older kids, because we start freshman practice with them that following week. We're trying to go ahead and install some stuff, and so usually you're trying to get real detailed with them. That way, first day of freshman practice starts, you've already kind of gotten some time in, and you don't have to start literally from scratch unless they're just brand new.
Yeah.
And so that part of it's nice, but we try to keep them moving. And we always end with a finisher, and it's one of my favorite parts every year. We got a few different finisher moves, but everybody at the camp does those at the same time. And so we got this one called ACDC, and it's accelerate, decelerate. And so it's like every 5 yards, they got to shuffle down, come to balance, right? But if you false step, and you're doing it all on cadence, if you do it off cadence, everybody's got to start back. And so we've got to get everybody through the camp. And Lord knows how we're usually 3 deep, 4 deep, maybe, but we go sideline to sideline. So it's just kids everywhere. But the best part is when everybody's out and about. And so that first line might be only have about 10, 15 yards left. And then, they're kind of done and we just got to finish everybody else. somebody in the back screws it up and
Yep.
everybody comes up. And so but it's good because you want to try to coach the kids up
Yeah,
that
yeah.
support each other and keep it positive, be a leader. But from our offense coordinator does a good job of getting a video of it every year.
Mhm.
And so just seeing it synced up, see 200 something kids synced up, moving. And, once they finally get it all down, it's a pretty neat little video I have to send you.
Yeah, that's
But it's a
pretty
good little
cool.
finisher, and it's a good way to end camp and everybody all together, get them juiced up when they finally finish it right, and break them out. And then, the last day you're doing that last little bit's t-shirt pass out and
Yeah.
pictures and all that kind of thing. And no, it's always, and then it kind of gets you charged up a little bit because you're starting practice that next week. So it's kind of that first wake up call of like, oh yeah, like it's about to, the grind is about to be real. So
Yeah.
it'll be a good time.
It is. So yeah, it's kind of like the nail in the board on our summer is this week,
Yep.
I think, because we have dead week next week. And then, well, I think next Friday we do like an overnight, I guess you could call it mini camp. Back in the day, they used to go to camp
Yeah.
out in
Yeah.
the gym or wherever for like a week,
Yeah.
something crazy. We just do, one night and we have a morning practice that next day, right when the open period starts. That's our first, practice, camaraderie building, that kind of thing the night before. But so that's next Friday. So I'm just getting prepared. I'm going to try to get some extra sleep in before then because I
I was
know
about
I'm
to
not
say,
going to
so
sleep.
so that night before, it's technically not, you technically can't start like practice, but you said y'all were doing like camaraderie stuff.
So yeah, so last year I think the timing was a little different, and so our dead period is so we'll do. Last year we did like a little kind of not walk through practice, but no pads, anything. So I guess it was the open period already. I think we were a day. That was the open date. Was that first practice? Then we stayed overnight.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa.
we made them all. We didn't make them shower, but the showers were open for them in the
Yeah.
gyms to get cleaned up because I wasn't about to sleep in there with all them stank kids.
Heck no.
I had people bring air mattresses, whatever. Coaches are staying too, so we're all there. And then we
Dude,
wake up
yeah.
and practice that next morning as a group together too. And I kid you not, last year, I used to wear this fitness tracker thing that would track your sleep. And, I woke up at like 5 a.m. that morning after going to bed at like 3:30 or 4. And I had a notification on my phone, like, see your sleep score or whatever. So I clicked it and it was like a skull popped up on my phone. And it was like, welcome to the 1% recovery club. It was like only 2% of people ever hit this. And I was just like, I felt terrible, man.
That's a
It
weird
was rough.
badge of honor there.
Yeah, it was
Man.
rough.
Dude, I gotta have my sleep, man. I call me old fashioned. I gotta have 8 hours, or as close to it as I can get. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could hang like that. I'd be dead on Sunday. I know that. Or
Oh,
Saturday
for sure.
afternoon.
Oh, for sure.
Saturday afternoon when I get to the house, I'm out.
It's funny because, every coaching staff is probably kind of like this. You got your younger guys and your older veterans kind of, they've been doing this for 30 years. And the younger guys are like, yeah, whatever, I'll be fine. I'll wake up, no problem. And you got the veteran coach who's like dreading it for like a week before. He's just like, man, I really don't want to do that. I'm like, that's next month, dude. Like, why are you already thinking about that?
That's how it gets when you're old, dude.
I feel it now. I get it. Because I used to be able to go off like 30 minutes of sleep, not sleeping, and I'd be fine in college. But now it's like, I got to get something.
I've hit the point where I don't even need, like, you remember those naps in college? I mean, they're like 2-3 hour nap. Like, you are out. You might as well be going to bed. Like, now I've gotten to the point where I can, like, a micro nap or whatever. Like, I'll feel like I'm asleep for 7-8 hours on these naps, but it's only like 30 minutes. Like, I wake up, I'm like, oh, dude, that might have been like an hour and a half. Look, it's been 25 minutes. I'm like, I feel fine. So it's time to hop up. I'm kind of at that point. Like, I can take those micro naps at any time after about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we start up. We got our coaching professional development tomorrow, and then we're back in the building for teacher stuff next week too.
Yeah, us too.
We it's summertime is, like you said, the nails getting put in that coffin on summer, but it's always exciting too. You kind of get that first of the year. I'm just kind of buzz,
Yeah.
I feel like I did a decent job of recovering a little bit this summer. Some years you do it and you're like, dude, I don't feel like it just feels like one long school year. Like,
Yeah. I think
I feel pretty good and charged up.
the trip definitely helped me. That break of like, just getting away from everything, no football. We didn't
That's
even
important, man.
record for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And just
Mental
being
health
able to do
break.
that, yeah, it was nice just to kind of reset. But yeah, we start back. Teachers go back Tuesday.
Yeah,
And
we're
so,
back on Wednesday, so back in the saddle. Had to
yep,
move classrooms again, so another room to set up, all that. But
we
thankfully,
I have 2 classrooms this year.
oh,
So
because you're doing a course on top of the PE, right? Like
yeah,
you're
so I'm
doing an in
doing
class.
I have PE and I have personal health and wellness. And it's weird because I've never had any other course other than PE, and I kind of wanted to do this class, and wrote the curriculum, presented it with the sports management class that's still in the works, but next year or next semester maybe. But I got one of them, ready to roll, and it's weird because the gym, where the gym is, I have to
Yeah.
go down a hall, like all the way down towards the cafeteria, and there's my room. And I have PE third block. I have that class fourth block, so it's like
Oh, you got to go across campus.
I gotta like just get up and go right as that class
Yeah.
ends and book it to here and then book it back to my office to, wrap up and get in the truck and go to football. But no, it'll be good. I'm excited for it. But
And you'll get some steps in. That's how this past year. So they built a new building. That's where our new offices are kind of going to be. We're kind of getting moved over because we're all getting the keys and stuff now and all that. Well, my classroom last year was on the far side, and like you've been to our campus, like
yeah,
to go from one end to the other,
it's
it's
the
like a mile.
far
Like,
side. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's going to take you 10 minutes. So to go from my football desk to my old classroom, it legit was like a half-mile walk. Like, and so like you said, we do morning practice with the young kids. And if you ain't got an off period right after that, your class starts in,
Yeah.
whatever time. You gotta get showered up, you gotta whatever, and bust it up there. You do your teaching, whatever. You gotta hike back down, and depending on when your off period is, you might can slow it down before the afternoon practice. But yeah, this year I think my off time is gonna be like right in the middle of the day. So I'm gonna have to go from a class right down and out on
Yeah.
the practice field. And so I've always had, at least other than maybe a couple years, I've always had an off period right before practice. So I had time, field set up, drill set up, camera set, whatever you got to do. I had plenty of time to do that. This year I'm gonna be booking it.
Yeah.
But thankfully my classroom's closer, so it'll make it
Save some
easy to do
steps,
that. So
save some time there at least.
yeah,
But
but it's always
yeah.
something. Every year's a little bit different. But we almost got through the whole hour, Jack, without doing our team of the week.
Oh, yeah.
You got our good friend at Chat GPT
Yeah.
all prompted up, ready to roll.
Let's get it in here.
Now the last time we did our team of the week, it was California, right? It was was it 6-man, 7-man football?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or am I
I know we
missing a
got
few?
Hillcrest one week. And then we had, who was the other team? I can't remember. I'll ask it to list them. It'll probably list it for me, but let's see.
Yeah. So again, for maybe some of the new listeners we do a team of the week. Started this up a few episodes ago, and we're not looking for the IMGs. We're not looking for the Duncanvilles or the you name it famous school from across the country. We want, because we're small town guys, so we want just random high school team in America. So we use our good friend here at Chat GPT to try to figure that out.
Let's see. So we did the Lone Pine Golden Eagles. That was the 8-man football team in California. Yeah, that was them.
Okay.
So it was Hillcrest High School in Simpsonville. And then we did Lone Pine Golden Eagles on episode 16. And now let's see who we got for this.
All right. So the
All right.
episode 18 team of the week.
Let's see. How should I word it so we don't get this? Give me a random high school. I feel like somebody at the DMV or something the way I'm typing right now. Podcast team of the week, just in case for the latest. Oh no, I wanted that. I might mess it up. Boom. All right, let's see who we get. Bridge Creek Bobcats in Bridge Creek, Oklahoma.
Bridge Creek, Oklahoma. Where
Is
what part of Oklahoma is it?
Oklahoma Class 3A 11-man football. That's a small but gritty program known for developing tough linemen. That's what we like to see.
Okay. All
Play
right.
tough, physical, even against larger schools. They represent a tight-knit community with pride every Friday night. Let's see where we got that at. So Bridge, geez, I can't
Oklahoma.
spell.
Yeah, let's check out. Let's see some
Oklahoma.
logos. Let's see some uniforms. See the stadium.
Bridge Creek High School.
Oklahoma 3.
All right. So we got Bridge Creek. Let's just take a look here.
See. Oh, that looks like a newer school.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Let's see. It's a highly rated. It's in Blanchard, Oklahoma.
No
So
clue.
that's misleading. 34 students. So that's pretty small.
Wow, and that's 3A Oklahoma. Okay. I wonder what all divisions they go up to in Oklahoma.
So it looks like that's pretty much
Right
central.
outside of.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever been to OKC?
No, I haven't.
It's a nice little city, man. Like,
Let's see.
Oklahoma, not much going on as you kind of approach it. You go through Norman, which is a neat little college town. And then you just pull up on this skyscraper downtown area, and that's OKC. But yeah, it's a nice little. So I guess it's
Got
a little
a
outside of
90,
there.
yeah, 95% graduation rate. We're killing it over
Hey,
there, man.
yeah,
All
Bridge
right.
Creek Bobcats.
All right,
Okay, let's check out these.
see.
Find some uniforms. Let's see what they're working with, uniform wise. I mean, the school looked like a nice building.
Let's check out a record. Let's see what we got for.
There we go. Let's see what we're working with.
All right, so we'll go to. I need last year's. Go. All right, not the best year. I've been there though. I've seen worse.
Pretty yeah. Decent. Maybe they, and we've got no context on Oklahoma. Maybe they have a tough non-conference schedule.
Looks like if they lost bad, but if they won big. So I mean,
so maybe they schedule up, and maybe that's what ChatGPT was saying. They play some big opponents tough.
Let's see if we can figure out.
3-7's tough though. That is tough.
That's rough. I've been there though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. They were fourth in the region, so yeah, no playoffs.
The year before? What were they the year before?
Let's see. Maybe we just had a rough year. 4 and 6.
That's kind of odd. But 4 and 6, dang, my eyes are getting bad. Okay, let's go a year further back.
All right, so it's been a rough stretch, but looks like they were 4-8 though.
So maybe they dropped down. Maybe they were maybe they had a little population influx, or they did some realigning. Maybe this year's looking up for the Bridge Creek Bobcats.
They were 4-8 last year, so maybe that's a new realignment. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around.
Because ChatGPT said 3A, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they're going down. Maybe that's a good sign of some things to come.
All right, let's see if we can find some unis.
Yeah, let's see some uniforms. Let's see football stadium. Let's see what we're working with up in Bridge Creek. The school looked nice.
Yeah, the school looks really nice. All right, so I think this is our football stadium.
Turf field, one set of bleachers, or is there a visitor side over there?
Looks like there's a visitor side here too.
Okay,
this might
not a bad little setup. Big track though, big track. But
blue track though, that's different. It's something different at least. It's not.
I tell you, it's pretty scenic out there though. This aerial view right here.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's a nice little.
All right, this looks like.
Let's check out these uniforms.
So that's not it.
That's a scrimmage. That's practice.
That's a game.
Blue.
That's a lot of blue, and it's Under Armour. I don't like Under Armour. This looks old. Looks like they had Nike. That's the old Nike jerseys.
Student section pick right there. Is that what that is?
I mean, it looks like they pack it out, man. And judging off the stadium, does look like. I mean, it's a smaller school, so.
Yeah, for them to pack it out, yeah, that's pretty good. Nah, yeah, that's a lot of blue in the uniforms. I mean, it looks like their colors. There's not a lot. You got what, blue and silver or blue and gray. Looks like that might be their uniforms.
I'll see if I can find any more recent ones.
That logo looks familiar. That logo looks like.
Okay, we got Nike now. Looks like Nike now.
Okay.
So they switched it up. Kind of a Kentucky.
Oh, that Kentucky kind of look.
Yeah,
I don't know. I need some contrast.
Yeah,
I done like I don't know if I like the black pants with the blue uniform.
Yeah,
is that what that?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna keep tabs on them. We need to. Hey, as we get recording into the season, every now and then we need to do a recap and look up the teams of the week from previous episodes.
Check out, yeah.
Just like a little checkup on everybody, because once you're a team of the week, your family, we're gonna try to keep up with you.
So these look like the most recent jerseys we got here.
Those aren't bad. The shoulder stripes aren't bad.
Yeah, I think the helmets, the white face mask. I don't know. I don't know what you would do to make it better, but they're pretty solid. We got Nike. That's a major win in my book.
That's a big step up. Well, shout out to the Blue Ridge. Blue Creek.
Bridge Creek. No, just Bridge Creek. Bridge Creek.
Jeez. Yeah.
Larry
the Blues
Spangler,
just on my mind.
The head football coach. Shout out Larry
All right,
Spangler.
Coach Spangler. I had a Coach Spangler back in the day. He was dude.
He was
a dude. Shout out to Coach Spangler, former Presbyterian College coach. He was a dude. Yeah, that logo, is it Montana State that uses that logo?
Kind of. Nobody cares. Work harder. I like that.
I love it.
Let's see. They haven't updated that since 2020. Social media's lacking a little bit, but that's all right.
Got to step that up a little bit.
I like the custom. They got the name in the turf. That's pretty sweet. But yeah.
The field setup's nice. Nah, that's not a bad one. Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes on them. Keep our eyes on them, make sure they're doing all right, taking care of themselves up there. And good gosh, Bridge Creek, Oklahoma.
Bridge Creek and Blanchard, Oklahoma. is where they're at.
Gotcha. Ah, well, shoot, Jack, we're already at the hour point, man. Feel like we had a lot we could catch up on. Might have to continue it on next week's episode. But y'all try not to go working too hard at teacher PD. We can kind of get that update next week. I might be dead when we try to record this next week after a day of teaching PD and junior high camp. It might be a little later when we record too.
Yeah, that's gonna be long. I need to look into junior high camp. I wonder if we can do that here or if that's against the rules.
I mean,
but
you might could frame it if you frame it as a junior high combine or something, if they don't let you now we don't wear helmets or anything, like it's just t-shirt and shorts, like it's a camp, but I mean, you might be able to, because I mean they let them work out and stuff. You might have to just pick a time on the calendar where it's not a dead week or something like that,
right.
But yeah, no, I would definitely look into that because it helps you too, because it's all of the coaches from each middle school that we have, and it's our whole high school staff. And so literally for 2 years in the future, you kind of have an idea of who's in the pipeline from different schools. And then especially with your rising freshman group, you don't get everybody, you get those guys that show up day one of practice that you hadn't seen ever. You get the guys that show up first day of school you hadn't seen ever, but you at least get to see, hopefully, if you got a good turnout, hopefully you get to see a good bulk of some of the faces that you're going to have when your sub-varsity practice and stuff like that starts. So, but no, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah,
like I said, you get a little glimpse of the future. Absolutely. Well, shoot, we appreciate it, guys, for tuning in to another episode of Fourth and Ward. As always, new episodes every Sunday, unless it is the week of the 4th or one of us is out of the country or something like that. Again, we apologize about the episode we had to roll this past week with David Pendle and some of the audio issues on it, but hopefully we don't have to run across that issue again. And we can keep just delivering you guys some stories, some little talk for an hour. It's always good to sit down and chat it up.
Maybe we were just testing y'all to see if you're actually listening and paying attention. And, somebody called it out, so you're paying attention.
Right. I felt so bad too. Sometimes when you put it out there, you're like, and we kind of keep up with the listener stats and all that. And so we know like there's some clicks here and there, but like you said, you wonder who's really listening and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we got folks, I hadn't checked on it in a minute, but I think
maybe we got some Greek listeners now that maybe something. I
was about to say, since you've gone overseas
into the algorithm over there, maybe
we've gotten across the pond a little bit or something like that. Yeah. Let's see where we're at country wise. Greece is just the country, right? So it would pop up as, all right, so we got a solid Canada following.
Interesting.
Almost 1% of the audience is from Canada. Netherlands, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Poland, Russia, Germany, France, the UK, and Mexico.
Costa Rica, I feel like that one's new. Has that been in there recently?
I hadn't looked in a minute.
Costa Rica.
I hadn't checked either, too, to see what states we might still be. I think last time I added it up, we were only a few states away from having some listeners in every state, which is crazy because I didn't know where this was going to go. We were just kind of trying to create some long form content and hopefully build a network and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, no, even down at coaching school, I heard from a couple folks that they listen to the pod or they watch the TikTok clips of the pod and all that. Yeah. So it's always nice to hear that.
Somebody messaged me on X or Twitter the other day talking about they actually responded to an issue I was having that I talked about on here and gave me, an idea for that problem. And so that's cool. It's cool that it's kind of reaching, that many people, but,
yeah, we appreciate it, guys. As always, thank you guys for listening. We will see y'all next week.
Yep. Stay golden.